I'm John Twist of University Motors. This is just a week before Memorial Day in 2025. Gosh, tick, tick, tick. Some of my older videos date from almost more than 15 years ago. Come on, now I want to show you a differential. This is a differential out of an MGB. It's a banjo differential because the line around here, this line with all the holes in it for mounting it, looks like a banjo. I mean, I don't know to whom, but it's called a banjo diff. The gear ratio, it says 1143, which means there are 11 teeth on the pinion, 43 on the crown wheel, which gives you a rear end ratio of 3.9090909 infinitum. What are we doing to this today? We're going to change the front pinion seal in here. Now, on the banjo differentials, the T-types, the MGAs, the MGB banjos, and the midget diffs, there is a spacer between the two taper bearings on the inside of the unit so that we can get this nut all the way tight. On the GT or Salisbury or tubed type MGB differential, 1965 through 1980, you can't do it the way I'm going to do it because the torque on this nut relates to the preload. So the distance tube on the inside of here relates to the preload. So I'm going to take my gun here and blow this front nut off. Comes off pretty easily. Use my brass hammer and we're going to try to get the... Okay, so easy, huh? Easy schmeezy. Now this guy here has been riding against the seal for the last, well, this is from a 1966. Sometimes there's a groove. Sometimes there's a groove in this area, and if the groove is too deep, you must put a speedy sleeve on it. This looks just great. Well, it isn't perfect, but we're going to clean it up a little bit. So let's go over to the lathe and let me show you what to do. Here we've got him chucked up in the lathe. And we've got him nice. You can see here now he's got a real nice finish to him. Remember, all big machinery like a lathe, they have no conscience and they will bite you. They will tear your hair off your scalp. They'll tear your finger off your hand. Always be careful using heavy-duty equipment. Oh my gosh. So anyway, now this guy's nice and clean, and he's going to be ready to accept a new seal. So let's go back over to the vise and we'll put the seal in. So now let's pop the old seal out, get behind him and see what we can do to get him out of there. Here's the old seal, probably the original seal. And the lip on the seal is, can you see it? It cracks. See how the cracks are in there? That's how old this thing is. So it can't seal very well. You want a nice, soft, supple seal in here. I happen to have one. It's a Moss 120-800. We're going to take our seal. Here he is, nice, soft, and supple on the inside. Use a lot of grease. I love grease. Red and tacky. Lucas, some humor in that. Lucas grease. And I'm going to put some grease on the inside of here to drive the seal in. I'm going to put the seal in place. And we're just gentle here because we want the seal to go in parallel. We don't want to get one part of him in. And of course, here it is, a demonstration. It's all over the place. So we're just going to go round, 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 and see if we can get the seal to seat. There he goes. Using a brass hammer. A hammer and grease. Two of your very favorite tools in the shop. So now we're sure that it's great. All right. So now we're going to take the grease and we're going to use a little bit of grease here. That's today's understatement. You want to use enough grease so that when the unit begins to turn, there's no lack of lubrication on the pinion, on the driving flange rather. So we'll put some grease on here. So with all this grease that we've got on here, so that it does not start and run dry when it first starts moving, we're going to put the flange back on. He slips on. Sometimes it goes on with more difficulty. You have to tap him. Actually, it's easier to do this in the car because then the differential unit, the pig, sometimes it's called, although I've heard it called a stump. There's all kinds of names for it. Is all in the actual housing, and it's not supported by just a bit of aluminum here at the bottom of my vise. And I do have copper jaws in my vise to protect the aluminum. So we're going to put this nut on here. I think this is 1.25 inches. I'll take a look at him and just take a peek and see. But let me get this on. I don't work with my left hand much, but my videographer is off to my left, so I got to use my left hand or you can't see. What's this guy say? He says, sure, 1 1/8. So that's the size nut here. We're going to rattle him up tight. And that's it. We're done. So you cannot do this on that GT Salisbury tubed type diff because it'll lock it up. You have to very, very deliberately turn this and check the preload and everything. But this has got some resistance to turn. That's called the preload. And I want to point out one more thing. Get my hands clean here. And that is that the differential ratio is often indicated on the outside of the housing. Right here it says 1143, but just because this says 1143 doesn't mean the gears really are 1143. Someone may have put them in from a T-type or a TF or an MGA, so they might be 5.125 or 4875, 455, 43, 41, or 39, or even 37. You can even go smaller than this. Some of that stuff's available. But this guy's all set to go now. So from here on, let me encourage you to drive your MG, not just fix it, but drive it. And until later, safety fast.